Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, entitled Narada's Instructions on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Text 7. Vamparyatan arka iva trilokim Antascharo vayur ivatmasakshi Paravare brahmane dharmato vratai Snatasya me nyunam alam vichakshva Tvam, your goodness. Paryatan, traveling. Arkaha, the sun. Eva, like. Trilokim, the three worlds. Antahcharaha, can penetrate into everyone's heart. Vayuhu Eva, as good as the all-pervading air. Atma, self-realized. Sakshi, witness. Paravare, in the matter of cause and effect. Brahmani, in the absolute. Dharmataha, under disciplinary regulations. Vrataihi, in vow. Snatasya, having been absorbed in. Me, mine. Nyunam, deficiency. Alam, clearly. Vichakshva, search out. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Like the sun, your goodness can travel everywhere in the three worlds, and like the air, you can penetrate the internal region of everyone. As such, you are as good as the all-pervasive Supersoul. Please, therefore, find out the deficiency in me, despite my being absorbed in transcendence under the disciplinary regulations and vows. Purport. Transcendental realization, pious activities, worshipping the deities, charity, mercifulness, non-violence, and studying the scriptures under the strict disciplinary regulations are always helpful. Hare Krishna. So we continue our discussion on despondency of Srila Vyāsadeva and his inquiry from his spiritual master Nārada Muni with this request to point out his deficiency in himself, that he cannot be satisfied, that he's morose. Yes. Please therefore find out the deficiency in me, despite of my being absorbed in transcendence under the disciplinary regulations and vows. It is mentioned here. Yes, so first we should understand that spiritual master is as good as a Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sakshat Haritvana Samasta Shastri. All Shastras explain that the spiritual master is as good as the Lord Himself. Actually, if the spiritual master is bona fide, he is the transparent representative of the Lord. That means that actually whatever there is Lord desire, if it will manifest through spiritual master. Yes. And we should take it like this, that every instruction of my spiritual master is actually instruction by the Lord Himself. And we mentioned yesterday that there is not necessary only one spiritual master. There can be unlimited spiritual masters. One is who gives us initiation, is Diksha Guru, but there may be many others. So we can train our consciousness to recognize spiritual masters in our life. This is extremely important, to recognize spiritual masters and receive instruction from them, which are as good as Krishna's instruction. Actually, there are Krishna's instructions. So one can learn from many different sources. Yes. One such instruction, which is also confirmed in Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Prabhupada and Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami and Lord Chaitanya finally. I learned from my son when he was a young, small boy, 5-6 years old. Yes. When I chastised him because he did something, I can't remember what. But he regularly acted like this. When he was chastised, he didn't say anything, didn't try to find some excuses or anything like this. And I was taken aback how it's possible. I was not familiar with such behavior. Yes. And I took this instruction, that this is instruction from Krishna, that I should behave like this. Yes. So it's important to take instruction, that to recognize Krishna's hand in different situations, that they definitely come in our life, that we can learn from them. So don't limit yourself in accepting the Lord. So we can receive different instruction from different sources. And definitely, the most reliable source is from our Diksha Guru also. That doesn't mean that we neglect the instructions of our Diksha Guru. Yes, we should take them extremely seriously. And we should pray to be instructed. One who is not instructed is actually in a very misfortunate position. We should be instructed. This is the sign of Krishna's mercy, to be instructed. Therefore, seek instruction. Not shun away, that he may tell me something that I don't like. Yes. Whatever he says, it's invaluable. Yes. Unlimited value to the instruction. We should be instructed. That means, if we are instructed, that means we are accepted as a servant. And there is no better situation in our life as to be accepted as the servant. So we should always strive to be accepted as a servant by everyone. Yes. Especially when one lives in a community like this, he should try to be the servant of the servant of the servant. This is very important. Otherwise, community cannot exist if we are not servants. Of course, in the world, no one tries to be a servant. Everyone tries to be a master. Yes. And therefore, there is so much conflict in this world. There is conflict between husband and wife. Jai Shri Radha Govinda Madhava ki Jai, Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Yes. Only because of this idea that I'm a master, that I don't want to play the role of a servant, there is conflict. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any conflict. Yes. Because servants can cooperate, but masters cannot. because they demand that everyone should follow my command. This is a master. Everyone follows my command. Yes. But servant is, I follow the instruction. I follow the instruction and I serve perfectly. Yes, this is the servant. In 9th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, it is said, Uttamaśchitnitar kuryat proktakaritu madhama adamo shradaya kuryat akarto charitam pitu. That first class disciple or first class son knows the desire of his guru or his father, and he performs it, what is necessary. Second class performs what he is instructed. Yes, guru or father says something and he performs it. This is second class. Third class is the one who performs what he is instructed, but without real faith in the instruction. Still, he performs it, and he is considered third class, the lowest. Adamo Shradaya. Adamo means the lowest. He's the lowest, who still performs what he's instructed, but without faith. But akartum charitam pitu, one who doesn't perform what he's instructed, he's considered like a father's stool or a guru's stool. Yes. Stool. Yes. Fit to be completely rejected. Without regret. Yes. Everyone rejects his stool without regret. Anyone regrets when he goes to the bathroom? No one regrets. So, Guru or father just rejects such a son. And in Mahabharata it is said that one should immediately abandon such son that doesn't follow the instruction of his father. Interesting, isn't it? Yes. So, it's extremely important that we try to understand the mood of our spiritual master and try to perform service even without being instructed, to be first class disciple. Yes, and this is required. Gopis know exactly what Krishna likes. Yes, and they perform everything for Krishna's pleasure, even without being asked. Yes. No one instructs Vrindadevi, for example, how to arrange everything for the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Yes, she knows what is pleasing to them, and she performs in so different varieties of arrangements that they can really enjoy. So this is the purpose of our life, is to perform so much different activities for the pleasure of our spiritual master, for the pleasure of devotees. Yes, and when we have such a mentality, then it's blissful. We can be blissful, really. When we take as a burden the instruction or service as a burden, that means we have material consciousness. Yes. Material consciousness means I'm burdened by the service. I don't want to serve, but somehow or other that I can be accepted by others, I have to serve. Yes. Otherwise, I'll be rejected if I don't serve. And others will not like me, at least, if I try to avoid service. Others will not like me, and I want to be liked. I don't want to be considered lazy or anything like this. I want to be liked, so I perform my service. But this is not transcendental mentality. This is material mentality, and brings suffering in your life. So don't entertain such mentality. Yes, our mentality should be, where can I serve? How can I serve? Yes, very service. Gaur Govinda Maharaj once said that our life should be like Bhakti-dhyana, Kakasnana, Bhakti-dhyana, Shvanidra and Alpa Bhojana. Yes. Kakasnana, Kaka means a crow, and snana means taking bath. So if one observes a crow, how it takes his bath, takes a little water in the beak and throws it here and there and finished. So we should not stand under the shower half an hour and try to enjoy our bathing experience. But our focus should be on service, not on enjoyment under the shower. This is Kakasnana. And Bhakti-dhyana, Bhaka is the heron or the crane, this water bird that stands on one leg with intense focus on fish. Yes, and it's not disturbed by small fish. He waits for the big fish. And when the big fish comes, he can stand on one leg with focused attention for hours. And then when big fish comes, immediately catches it. So, Bhakti-dhyana, our meditation should be like Bhaka, like a heron or crane. Yes, completely focused. Not that we think of other things or do other things during our meditation, during our japa. Yes, we should be completely focused. And if we can't focus, we pray for focus. Yes, it's impossible otherwise to connect. We have stressed this many times before, but it's good to stress again and again and again. Yes, then we realize its importance. If something is stressed again and again and again. Otherwise, we don't take it seriously, and we forget it immediately. Yes, if I would say something only once, after class everyone would forget it. But if something is repeatedly repeated, then we can remember its importance. So yes, our focus we should try for complete focus during our chanting. And also, chanting is not the only meditation we have. Also, kirtan is meditation. Also, menial service is also meditation. Actually, whole our life should be a meditation, focused meditation. If I'm cleaning the temple, it should be meditation. Yes, I'm cleaning the place of meeting of Radha and Krishna. Yes. I'm cleaning the kunja, Nikunja. This is Nikunja Seva, cleaning the temple. But I have to have this vision, I have to have this meditation. And this should be focused meditation. Not that I'm burdened by cleaning the temple. It's actually one of the most blissful services you can imagine. especially if you do it on your knees. Yes, it's most blissful because you're on your knees in the dust from the feet of devotees, and you're cleaning the Nikunja of Radha and Krishna. You can see there's Radha, Govinda, Madhava. They are here, and they're always in Vrindavan. They don't do one step out of Vrindavan, and because they are together, that means it's extremely confidential. Otherwise, in the public, they're not together. They're separated. Yes. When the morning comes, Radha goes back home and Krishna goes back home too. And they are very careful that no one sees them together. Yes. So, but here they are together. Means that only confidential servants are with them and no one else. So we should clean the temple with this idea. Yes, I'm confidential servant of Radha and Krishna. Yes, this should be my meditation. This should be my dhyana. Yes, and if I'm cooking for the deities, this is the same meditation. Now I'm preparing wonderful feast for Radha and Krishna, and for his and for the devotees, for the confidential associates. So, and when I am distributing prasad to the devotees, it's the same mentality. I'm serving prasad to confidential servants of Radha and Krishna, of Radha, Govinda, Madhava. Yes, we should be always immersed in such meditation. And that means that we always live in spiritual world. Yes, if we are immersed in such meditation all the time, that means that we are in spiritual world. Yes, but if you think, why this Prabhu always eats so much? And he's picky. He wants always he picks some prasad and he doesn't want to take another prasad or something. We can always find some faults. Then we find faults with intimate associates of Radha and Krishna. Yes, even if one is neophyte, still he's special, at least special guest of Radha and Krishna. Yes, we should take him like this, because he came to visit Radha and Krishna. Therefore, this should be our meditation 24 hours a day. Maybe we are not able to meditate like this, but we should remind ourselves again and again and again. I'm just confidential servant of Radha and Krishna in all circumstances. Therefore, every service opportunity is blissful. Yes. Even if I'm a manager of this place, I manage the confidential Nikunja of Radha and Krishna. Yes. This is important understanding. Or if I'm a father and a mother, I'm raising up confidential servants of Radha and Krishna. And if I'm not careful that these little confidential servants of Radha and Krishna become devotees, and instead they turn away, it's my fault. Yes, it's my fault. I didn't perform my service properly. Yes. I should understand this. I should perform this service for Radha and Krishna, to bring all these different souls that are entrusted to me to their feet. Yes. This is most important service, actually. Most important. So parents have tremendous responsibility. Tremendous responsibility. One should not think, yes, they will decide when they will grow up. My children will decide. No. can my children decide they will go to school when they grow up? No one will ask them, do you decide to go to school or not? They are put in school, even if they don't like. Usually they don't like. I hated school, for example. Hare Krishna. Yes. But I was put in school. But now I can use it for Krishna service. Yes. Yeah. So, great responsibility of parents and leaders. Everyone actually is a leader, somehow or other. By his own behavior, one acts as a leader, even if he doesn't know it. He is some kind of a leader because his behavior sends a message to others. Yes. And this is the way that I can become happy. Everyone wants to be happy. So everyone conveys his idea how to be happy by his behavior, by his values, by his ideas, by by his existence. So therefore, we should be proper example, especially if we live in community. We should be perfect example of Krishna's devotee. Yes, not low class example of Krishna devotee, but perfect example of Krishna devotee. This is great responsibility that we have, every one of us. Because especially leaders, and I said that everyone is a leader, but especially leaders of the devotees should be example of first-class devotee. Because people lose faith if the leaders are not first-class devotees. They lose faith in the process. Of course, that means that their faith is very meager. There is not much faith in them. But still, we should try to make their faith stronger. This is the responsibility of the leader, to make faith of his dependents stronger. It's the same as a father and mother. They have to make faith of their children strong. And they can make it strong only if children see that you really believe in it, that you have really strong faith yourself, and you perform your sadhana with great attention. Yes, you don't compromise your sadhana at any time. If the children see that you have such strong faith in the process, then they will also believe it. But if you're catching your rounds here and there, and they see that you're burdened by your sadhana, they will not have faith in it. Yes. Then they will consider, I don't want to be burdened. I want to enjoy. Why to be burdened? The life is burdensome by itself. Why take another burden? Yes. So, it's so important that we are exemplary. Yes, everyone should be exemplary. If everyone will be exemplary, everyone will live in spiritual world. Yes. Therefore, Bhakti-dharma, you should be focused on this mentality that I'm a servant, confidential servant of Radha and Krishna. And everyone who comes close to them, everyone who becomes servant here is also confidential servant of Radha and Krishna. And when we have this vision, no quarrel can be there. Yes, because we are from the same group. There are no two groups. There are not Radha and Krishna and Chandravali Krishna. There is only Radha Krishna. So we are from the same group. And we cooperate for their pleasure. Yes. This is Bhaka Dhyana. Then is Shva Nidra. Shva means a dog, and Nidra means sleeping. A dog has very light sleep. If there is some slight noise, dog immediately wakes up and starts barking. So we should always also immediately wake up in the morning, not sleeping like a bear. Yes. But wake up immediately and start to chant, like a dog starts to bark. We should start to chant. Yes. Our first engagement should be immediately start to chant, to glorify the Lord. Yes. Calling out the names of Radha and Krishna, Radha, Govinda, Madhava. Yes, immediately. Yes. And this is perfection of life, not sleeping. Prabhupada and these saints, we can see, they were sleeping extremely little amount of time. Prabhupada was sleeping from 10 p.m. to midnight. Hare Krishna. Yes. For the Goswamis from Vrindavan, they said that they slept an hour or something, but not in one piece. Hare Krishna. It doesn't mean that we should artificially try to imitate them. It's not possible. We will fall sick immediately. It's not possible to artificially imitate anyone. But that means that we shouldn't oversleep. We should sleep as much sleep we need, that we can focus on the holy name. This is most important. But not oversleep. Not just to be just in bed to enjoy, to relax. Yes. This is wrong mentality. This is mentality that I'm not a servant, that I'm an enjoyer. Yes. Hiranyakashipu. Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu means soft bed. So I'm enjoying soft bed. Oh, it's so nice. No, we should get up immediately. Use the bed only to rest, to have necessary rest. But any unnecessary rest we should reject. Yes, this is Shvanidra. And Alpa Bhojana. We shouldn't eat too much. We shouldn't eat too much. Yes, Alpa Bhojana. Because eating too much, actually Rupa Goswami starts his Upadeshamrita. First he explains what should be, how we should control our senses, and that we should take shelter of one who is able to control his senses. Yes. And he mentions how we should control our tongue and belly even in the first verse. But the next verse, second verse, he begins with Adyahara Prayasascha Prachalpunya Magraha Janasanga Shalaulyam Cha Shadbir Bhaktir Vinashanti. That what is detrimental for our bhakti, for what is detrimental for our devotional service. And he begins with Adyahara, eating too much. Yes. So I can see no one is too fat here. So I can speak freely. Yes, we can check if we have too much fat. This is eating too much. Yes. It is detrimental for devotional service because we put ourselves in the position of enjoyer. This is the idea of eating too much. I'm enjoyer. I try to enjoy. Um, yes, and I become actually Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He was extremely. He chastised very severely his disciples who were fat. Yes, yes. He said that no one can be true devotee if he's fat. It means
fat, not fit.
Fat.
Fat, not fit.
Yes. Fat, not fit. Yes. Simple. And it's good that you mentioned we have to be fit also. So, in modern life, life is extremely sedentary. We sit a lot. It was never a time like this before. For example, if we take life of Lord Chaitanya, for example, he was walking all over India on foot. Yes, from Navadip to Jagannath Puri, this is few hundred kilometers, and then to South India, many thousands kilometers, and then back to Jagannath Puri, and then to Vrindavan, again thousands of kilometers, and so many different places, all on foot. And Sanatana Goswami, he performed Govardhan Parikrama every single day. And it is said that he was not staying under Govardhan, but he had to come to Govardhan. So, by one estimation, he walked 64 or something kilometers per day, every single day. Yes, can you imagine? So they were really fit. They were not fat, but fit. And Raghunath Das Goswami, who is a Prayojana Acharya, who teaches us how to attain the ultimate perfection, he performed 3,000 full Dandavata obeisances a day. Can you imagine what kind of exercise is this? You can try. You can try 100. To get up and lie down, and get up and lie down. You can try 100. What to speak 3,000? You'll be dead the next day. Yes. Yes. This is extreme exercise. So, we should be fit, not fat, but fit. Yes, this is important instruction. But not for our bodily enjoyment, but to be fit for the service of Radha and Krishna. Yes. And when one is so active, he can eat more. So, yes, he doesn't become fat. So if you see these Sankirtan devotees, I don't know any fat Sankirtan devotee. If he's every day going out and distribute books for hours, he's quite active. This is also exercise. Yes. Usually they are most fit devotees, these Sankirtan devotees. Yes. So this is Alpa Bhojana. So my point is that whatever we do, we should focus on serving Radha and Krishna. This is my point. And we should always keep this meditation. Always keep this meditation, whatever you do. Even when you take shower, even when you do whatever, you write something on your computer, meditate as a service to Radha and Krishna. So perform it. Don't perform nonsense. Yes, that cannot be used for a service to Radha and Krishna. perform some useful service. Yes. Saints don't waste time. Time is extremely precious. Yes. With no amount of gold or wealth, we can buy the past moment. So if one is not a devotee, even for a moment, it's great loss. So we should be always a devotee. We should maintain this mentality. I want to live for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. And as long as I have problems to meditate all the way like this, I should stick to the instruction of my spiritual master. Yes. And find a mission, or even better, ask for the mission, your spiritual master. Because if we have mission in life, then we can focus. Then it's easier to focus, to devote our life to the mission that we are entrusted with. So please have a mission in your life. If you are without mission, you're lost, actually. You have to have mission, strong mission. So, and parents, their mission is to bring their children to Krishna. This is the foremost mission. We shouldn't miss it. Yes, we shouldn't neglect it. Because sometimes parents, they think that I should do important service in the temple, and I can give a child some phone to play with or something. Don't do it like this. Don't put the phone in the hands of your children. This is like 100 years ago or something in Slovenia. It was a custom because small children can be demanding sometimes. And they gave a cloth, they put the cloth into the wine and put it in the mouth of a small child. And this child then was sleeping very nicely. Sorry? No, in Slovenia. In Slovenia. It was a custom like this. And I heard that in Germany, they prepared soup for children from beer with the same purpose. Yes. For children to be quiet and nice, peaceful. And they made alcoholics from the beginning of life. Yes. Because France is the land of wine. I believe that was something similar here also. This is European culture. Hare Krishna. But now they consider this barbaric. But they put phones into the hands of children. And this is even worse drug than alcohol. Yes, this is even worse drug. So don't put anything like this into the hands of your children. Teach them Krishna consciousness. So no service is more important than service to bring our children to Radha and Krishna. Yes. No service on the altar, no other service. But chanting, proper chanting, at least 16 rounds, is the service to our children also. Don't neglect the basic sadhana if you are parents. Because this is the most important service to our children. Because the children, they will see you have strong faith in Krishna consciousness. You have strong faith in chanting the holy name. And they only then they will take it seriously. Otherwise, it's not possible. So yes, here Srila Vyāsadeva is turning to his spiritual master to to solve his problem. So we should also take shelter of our spiritual masters and solve our problem. Our problem is lack of bhakti. And here the problem of Vyāsadeva was lack of propagating devotional service. Prabhupada in his purport says that pious activities, worshipping the deities, charity, mercifulness and so on are always helpful. But if it's lacking bhakti, everything is useless. Even our worshipping of deities, even chanting the holy name. Any of these activities, helpful activities, are useless without bhakti. So, always keep this in mind. I should perform this as loving service, as pleasurable loving service to Radha and Krishna. Yes, and your life will be perfect. Hare Krishna. Is there any question or comment or doubt? Yes, please.
You mentioned about the importance of a mission in an individual's life.
Yes.
But while we try to chase that important mission which we think for our life, there is always a constant failure of it may happen that we may not achieve. So how we can overcome that fear
Of failure.
Of not achieving our mission for which we are working towards it for a long time.
Yes. Prabhupada was given a mission when he was 25 or something, 26. And he started to accomplish, even before, but he really succeeded when he was 70. That means 44 years later. But he kept this instruction, this mission for his whole life. So the instruction was, you're an intelligent young man, you should preach in English language all over the world. So he was publishing Back to Godhead in English, and he was preaching in English. He was following the instruction of his spiritual master, and he had this vision and this mission always in his consciousness that I should perform this. And he tried to also initiate some devotees in India, but he was not successful in this matter. So it's important that we strive for it, and we should at the same time understand it's not possible for me. But Krishna is all-powerful. If he wants me to succeed, I will succeed. If he wants me to fail, I will fail. But I will do it no matter what. I will do whatever necessary with all my heart, dedicated completely, even if I'm destroyed by performing. It's glorious destruction. So I shouldn't perform something half-heartedly. This is important. So our sadhana is also our mission. We should take it like this. Our sadhana is our mission, because our sadhana is our only hope to connect with Krishna. There is no other hope. How can we connect with Krishna without our sadhana? So our sadhana is our harbor, as it is said, our shelter. So we should take shelter of our sadhana, of our chanting the holy name. Don't do anything when you chant, anything else, when you chant your rounds. Yes. And your mission will be successful, even if apparently you fail. Hare Krishna. Anything else? Okay.
I have actually two questions, so maybe you can answer in short. Number one is sometimes some parents, they can think, okay, we don't want to be, he's right of course, what you said, but we don't want to be fanatic. I want my children to give freedom, whatever they want, so that they can choose.
Yes.
And especially in European countries, in Asian countries, it's a bit different. Parents, they can chastise, still children, they always respect the parents. But in the European countries, in the Western countries, it's always difficult.
Yes.
Because the rules is made in this way that you can't chastise or you can't force. Sometimes, of course, too much forcing is not good.
Yes.
So, what can be said in that case, that when parents think, okay, they also want to align with the laws of the government, thinking that, okay, we will not be fanatic,
Yeah.
we will let them.
This is lack of faith, actually, this such of thinking. And also sign of not quite intelligent people. Yes, of foolish people. Yes. Because if you love your child, then children also understand the punishment and chastisement. Yes. They will understand this they may not like it, but they will accept it. The chastisement. If they feel that they are loved. But if they feel that they are neglected, then they will not take chastisement in this way. Yes. We should teach them from the very beginning of life how to be Krishna conscious. Not wait for they to intellectually can understand. If you wait for intellectual understanding, you just missed all opportunity. Yes. So every parent teaches his child from the very beginning of life, whatever he wants them to teach, or knowingly or unknowingly. Yes. The meat eaters, they teach their children to eat meat. They don't wait that they can consciously decide, I'll eat meat or not. Yes. They don't wait. They immediately give meat to their children. Yes. And they immediately put different clothes on the children, isn't it? They don't wait till they can decide themselves if I will wear any clothes or not. Is there, could you see, in West or any place that they will wait till, I don't know, the children to themselves decide if I'm wearing any clothes or not? No, they put clothes on them even if they don't want. And they give the food they think that it's proper for the proper development of my child. Yes. So, devotee should be convinced like this. It's only life is devotional service. So I'm teaching my child from the very beginning of life, actually from the very beginning of conception, of how to be Krishna conscious. And first guru is the child's mother. Yes, mother is the first guru. Whatever mother says, her convictions, her values go extremely deep to the child's heart. Therefore, whatever child drinks with its mother's milk, this sticks in his heart forever. You can't just take it out. It's not possible. So mother, a Krishna conscious mother, therefore, should chant the holy name, especially when she's breastfeeding a child. And this goes extremely deep to the child's heart. And the child will connect chanting of the holy name with love, with nourishment, with security, closeness. Yes. So the holy name will go to the child with its mother's milk. It's most powerful. No intellectual understanding can be so powerful as this teaching with mother's milk. Yes. So this is extremely important. And when the child is small, he should see it. My parents are chanting the holy name. And the child is playing around and he wants his parents to join in his play. But parents can teach them, now is my japa time. I will play with you after my chanting. And then, of course, when he finish his rounds, he can play with the child. And the child will understand, yes, and he will respect your time. If you really mean it, and you don't do other things during your chanting. If you do other things during your chanting, then the child will also demand his part of attention. You understand? If the child sees that you're really focused on chanting the holy name, he will take it very seriously. And you can also teach the child how to chant, and take small child in the lap, and you can say, now it's time for chanting. And he can be given a small japa mala, and just to hold it in the hands. And you can chant on his ear. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the child will enjoy the experience. Doesn't matter if he chants or not. But it's time for japa, and you chant like this in the child's ear, and the child will enjoy it extremely. Yes. My son was explaining. My wife was chanting, his mother was chanting, and he just leaned on her chest and listened to the vibration of the holy name. Yes, he enjoyed this experience very much. So this is extremely powerful. So mothers have tremendous responsibility, because the example is most powerful. And father, of course, should establish discipline in the house. And then when child is old enough, 5 years old, he can be taught discipline. So from this time of chanting with sitting on lap, he can start to chant on his own. Not on rounds first, because then we'll teach them to cheat. But on time. You set a time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can judge how much the child is able to focus, to be on one place. So you can set the time, and gradually you can increase by half a minute, by a minute, and so on. And then gradually, step by step, the children will start themselves chant 16 rounds. At least that is my experience of my 3 children. They took it like this. They weren't forced that now you're old enough to chant 16 rounds. No. They decided themselves, I want to chant now 16 rounds. And they chanted. So this is my recommendation. Hare Krishna. Yes, please.
Sorry, I didn't understand at the beginning of the class you spoke about your own example with your son, 5 years old. He was always doing the same.
No, if he did something that he was chastised, he didn't respond to the chastisement at all. He remained quiet. And I was surprised. And I took instruction from his behavior.
Which kind of instruction?
Instruction is not to defend yourself. It is recommended by Lord Chaitanya in Chaitanya Charitamrita and stressed by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. In this verse, Trinada Pisunichna, Torori Vasa Vishnana, Manana Manadina Kirtana Sadahari, that one should be more humble than a blade of grass, as tolerant as a tree. Don't expect any respect for yourself, but give honor and respect to everyone else. That you don't defend yourself. Yes.
So you were speaking about your son's behavior.
Yes.
About your own chastisement or not chastisement?
No, about my chastisement, but about the reaction of my son. I took instruction from him. So, in different situations, I didn't try to defend myself. Yes, it's very difficult actually, because we are accustomed to defend ourselves, to make excuses. Yes, but it's very powerful if we are able to remain quiet and not defend. If we connect with Krishna in our heart, it's extremely powerful experience. Yes, Hare Krishna. So I believe we are too late. You had a question?
Is it okay to ask?
Okay.
So, in the class you mentioned that we should be looking for instruction for a spiritual master. If we are not instructed, then it's a misfortune situation.
Yes.
So, I always get confused because we already receive instruction from a spiritual master when we hear from lecture or from instruction. Even when we take an initiation vow, those are also instructions.
Yes.
We should prioritize our chanting. So should we strive for personal instruction as well, or it's not required? We just follow what instruction is given through lectures.
Of course, we are instructed all the time by lectures and these vows that we take and so on. But personal relationship is also important with our spiritual master. If we are personally instructed, we should see actually every instruction that our spiritual master gives in his lecture and so on, even as our personal instruction. And we should take it like this, as personal instruction. But this is the point I was trying to make. That personal instruction is extremely important. And this is the science, to see any instruction as personal instruction. But if Guru instructs us even further, it's even so more important. Like Prabhupada was personally instructed. Although this instruction was also given to other of the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, not only to Srila Prabhupada, but he took it more seriously. So we should take any instruction of a spiritual master extremely seriously. Prabhupada took it, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur noticed that he's very fond to hear. He's very serious in hearing. When in Vrindavan he had this lecture series, not every disciple was hearing. They were going to different holy places in Vrindavan, but Prabhupada stayed there and hear. And he said, I see that Abhay Charanaravinda is very fond to hear. Yes. So it's important to hear and take every instruction seriously. Yes, not half-heartedly. Take every instruction full-heartedly. Hare Krishna. So thank you very much. Kantarat Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanandi, Hare Hare Bol, Hare Krishna.